Guys of a Certain Age is brought to you by no one. Absolutely no one. Except these dudes walking down memory lane. Now let's head to the studio to see what they misremember next.
We're back. We're stuffed with turkey, or at least we think we will, even though we're recording this before Thanksgiving, but it airs after Thanksgiving.
We are proactively stuffed with turkey.
There you go.
I've actually had turkey and dressing. I'm sorry.
Yesterday.
You are.
Well, I'm Robbie Koblentz, Guys of a Certain Age. Alongside.
I have a certain age.
Boy, we don't really know what we're doing. We just sat down and said, let's do a podcast.
Just start one. This is improvisational podcasting.
How was your turkey and dressing with your office lunch?
Oh, it was good. It was really good. Yeah, a lot of good food. Not nearly as many people showed up as last year. I think it's just kind of a harder time for people to get together, especially with Thanksgiving being later than normal, maybe affecting it. But we just had a lot of people out, seems like.
So what's your quota for eating turkey? I mean, we talked about this a little bit before. I can't remember what any of us said. Is turkey primarily Thanksgiving season as a main meal, and that's it? You're not going to go buy a turkey breast in middle of May and roast it.
I eat turkey probably as the lunch meat of choice on a sandwich. But yeah, we have done it for Christmas, before, but more often than not, it's just a Thanksgiving meal, and then usually there's ham with it. It's not always. Now I will say, and I've heard I think y'all talked about this, in an earlier podcast. Who was the guest you had on? I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name. From the building supply.
Oh, Wes?
Yes, Wes. Yeah. So anyway, we're talking about how to prepare turkey and all that, fried turkey versus, the way he smokes them and all that kind of stuff. And I will say their turkey preparation methods are much better than they used to be. And you can end up with a much better tasting meat than before. So that certainly helped.
But turkey lunch meat has got to be one of the biggest victories for big turkey.
I think so, yeah.
For the big turkey industry.
Because I'll go with, and of course you've got, honey roasted. You've got all these
turkey ham is great.
Smoked. All, but yeah, so, otherwise, no, we're not going to have a turkey bird.
Bird.
Yeah.
Not going to give you the bird.
The bird.
Well,
the bird.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of turkeyed out at the end of within the week after Thanksgiving, but I will eat fried turkey almost any time if it's prepared.
Yeah,
correct.
it's much better. It's a much better way to serve it to me.
Yeah.
Prepare it.
All right, we've got the turkey out of the way. I mean, he didn't show up today. Looking at Jay's empty chair. Is that your jacket?
That is my jacket.
Okay,
yeah.
I was say, did Jay just disappear?
No, it's. I'm afraid it would make a lot of noise if I were.
I understand. Mm-hmm. So it will be quiet there in Jay's chair.
Yeah, it shouldn't say much.
It shouldn't say much.
Possibly slightly more than Jay would.
Maybe so. Yeah. Maybe so. Let's jump into some geekage of the weekage. What do you got?
All right, this is actually an older book than I realized. I just was made aware of it. I've been listening to it on Audible for the past several weeks. It's one of those that I'll listen to it for a while and then I kind of go off on something else. But it's called The Massacre of Mankind. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's a book by Stephen Baxter, and it's an authorized sequel to H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. And I really thought it was a more recent book. I mean, we're putting it at almost almost 9 years old at this point. And it's been an entertaining book. There's a second Martian invasion. I guess The War of the Worlds is H.G. Wells' science fiction book. Of course, became several movie adaptations.
Is Tom Cruise in the sequel?
Tom Cruise is not in this one. This takes place again, follows the events of it's just a few years after the original one, which was right at the turn of the 20th century. The initial turn. I guess it turns twice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But and anyway, at this time they stay. This time they're not destroyed by a virus. So they figured that out.
So Dr. Fauci helped them out.
Yeah,
huh?
I guess so. That's right. They showed up wearing masks and getting shots
and washing their hands.
That's right. But so they're there for years, and the people of Earth are trying to. It almost feels a little bit like V. Remember that show?
I love
where
V.
you have the aliens come in, and now they're still not benevolent in any way. That the aliens at least tried to present themselves as benevolent until we realized they weren't. But anyway, and reading it, I'm sitting here going, I would have thought for sure there was another sequel in the works, and I don't see anything about that. But maybe there will be. Anyway,
Interesting. That's
my geek of the week. It's kind of an older one. I thought, like, until I looked it up, I thought it was just something that just came out.
Did you find that Popular Mechanics?
Popular Mechanics, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I for sure thought this would be your geek of the week. So, three brothers in California found a copy of Superman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Number one in the attic. And it went for auction at $9 million.
Yes.
$9.12 million yesterday as we record this. So,
I saw them talking about it on WCBI.
Yeah.
And, they were just going, now it's time to go check the attic and see what kind of stuff we've got up there. But yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah. So in great condition, graded out as a 9.0.
Yeah.
And
it had only been protected by newspapers and stuff. It was not, obviously in a.
It wasn't slabbed and bagged.
Free board, with the plastic bag, and around it was not taken care of like that. But yeah, still graded out very, like I said, a 9, right?
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be $9 million. And it's Superman 1, so it's the birth of his own magazine.
Yeah, one of the pinnacles of comic collecting.
Yeah. Now, was it the highest at that point? Certainly.
Yes, the highest.
Highest.
This sold for $3 million more than the previous highest Superman one, which had sold for $6 million.
Yeah, Action 1, which is the first appearance of Superman, used to be the record holder. So this is actually Superman 1. But, So
I believe this is. Yeah. It's that's a lot of money for a comic book.
Oh yeah, and the people were saying certainly somebody must have realized at some point this was going to have value, and maybe they did. But more often than not, these things were just thrown out.
They were,
yeah. So,
well, unless you're in the Reed household, and did you know Jay has a toy closet? He has a closet full of toys. I think
he's told us that before.
Yeah, I'm just he has a closet and it's half devoted to toys.
Do we talk about his? Didn't he share the American Doll XL video with us? Did you see that? Did you watch that?
No.
Yeah, it's a life-size American doll. It was a parody thing that was on Saturday Night Live, and he shared that with us. So he wasn't trying to give us gift ideas or anything.
Probably not. We were last week's show. His geek was Funko's about to go. No. Funko fatigue. They're losing money.
Okay.
Head over fist.
Oh, wow.
How you like that one? And so he was just kind of bemoaning, Funko going out of business and whatnot. You talk about a company that oversaturated.
Yes. I agree. And then they're cool stuff, and I've got a couple of Funkos, but yeah, I mean, it's like you could get a Funko of everything.
Yeah, and we could probably find Funkos ourselves.
We should make some.
Oh, we should.
Were they affected at all by like tariffs or anything like that? I mean, I wonder if they were produced
like that. I would think some of the plastics would be, but I mean, when you could get any number of Funkos in Walmart, to me, it's the oversaturation of the market. It's what got them. But
I think you're right. Yeah, I think like I said, you go up the Mississippi State bookstore, and there used to be walls of just, all kinds of stuff. And you'd go, I'm not even sure. I mean, I would know what the subject matter was or what the intellectual property that was being, sourced was. And even then, I'm not going to buy anything. They're going way too deep on this.
The Funko Sylvester Croom was one Funko too far. So, but
Funko's got groomed.
Yeah. Funko's got groomed.
One thing I wanted to mention, though, I was listening to the podcast this morning, the one you and Jay did on the Sandman. And I just got to the part where y'all mentioned Rufus Sewell. And the idea of him being a doctor, man, I think that would be a great. That could actually bring the much needed resurgence back.
He would be great. He's one of my favorite actors.
He's always good in everything he's in. I think he could bring just the right demeanor of just the right amount of gravitas, but at the same time still a kind of spark. I see him very much almost not at all a similar character to, but something that brings almost the Tom Baker quality back to it, right? And he's going to be able to play a wide range of things.
He would have that seriousness because, I mean, you go back to Man in High Castle, where he's, High Commander or whatever, John Smith. I think it was John Smith. I think that was
I can't remember. I need to go back.
Yeah, and I rewatched parts of Dark City, which was his debut, and he kind of had that. Boy, he was young in that one, that young wonderment. And then
that was so long ago now. It's hard to believe.
And then I've been rewatching The Diplomat, and that's been great. So him and that is just he and Kerry Russell. Their dynamic is fabulous. So but
we watched the first season, never went back to the second season. We may have to go back because there's two. There's three more. Yeah, there's three seasons total.
It's great,
and that is on Prime
Netflix.
Okay, yeah, they're all starting together for me.
Is it Deborah Cohen who is or Khan? I can't remember the last name. She created the show. She's the showrunner. She was a writer on The West Wing. So there are a lot of West Wing. There's several West Wing people on it.
Okay.
So Bradley Whitford shows up in season 3.
He's good.
Allison Janney is in season 2, season 3.
Okay, yeah, I saw that they were in it.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Really, really good. So there's a lot of West Wing DNA there. Okay. So
are you watching the Revolutionary War on PBS yet?
No. We should. That's what we should do. Second segment is talk about some of the stuff we're watching.
Okay,
we really don't have a second segment.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But I've got another geek for you.
Okay.
So Sadie Sink, who is of
Sadie.
That's what I said. You heard me wrong, Jay. Sadie Sink, who of Stranger Things fame, she has been confirmed
for Doomsday?
For Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. Okay, she's already in Doomsday, right?
She's in the next Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's what it is. And she's not playing Mary Jane.
We don't know.
Oh, we don't know yet. Okay. I thought we did know, but we don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So also she's also for Secret Wars.
So she's going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Maybe Doomsday, but definitely for Secret Wars.
Okay.
And so the thought is she may be the connecting link all the way through.
Okay.
So I don't know, but we don't. I mean, she's got to play Mary Jane, right?
I would think so. Oh, well, either I wanted her to be Mary Jane, or I thought she would be a good Jean Grey. But Marvel, But I think I think she's not in any of the right movies for that.
Yeah.
So
right sequence of movies.
Yeah, I would think she would be Mary Jane.
I would think she'd be Mary Jane as well. I can't remember if we talked about this last time you were on here. I've been rewatching Fantastic Four. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Just can't get through it.
Yeah, it was a harder rewatch than I thought it would be. And I haven't rewatched Superman yet, which I thought I would rewatch yet, but it just hadn't picked back up yet.
Yeah, same thing. I started it and just couldn't get all the way through.
Okay.
But anyway, all right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and we're going to vamp and talk about shows we're watching and things we might recommend over the holiday season. Up next. And when we don't have Jay interrupting us, the show goes quicker. Don't you agree?
Joe. What's his name? Joe.
Jay, Joe, Bob, Fred. Thought we could talk about a couple of things coming out, some things we're watching, maybe some recommendations. What are you guys binging at this point? What are you and Becky watching?
Well,
or you, Becky, Will?
We finished Only Murders in the Building, so that was kind of the main thing we were watching. I think we're all looking forward to, we talked about this before, the new Monsters show. What's it? Monarch show, not Monsters.
Monarch. Yeah.
Monsters. It is Monsters, but that's not the name of the show.
It's Legacy of Monsters.
Legacy of Monsters. Yeah. Okay. We are kind of between things right now. It's like we started watching the Revolutionary War, Ken Burns' new project on PBS, and I was thinking it was going to be weekly, but it's actually nightly. So I'm recording them because it's a lot to take in. It's a 2-hour. I think it's 5 or 6 2-hour segments.
Spoiler alert, America wins.
That's what Will said. I asked him if he wanted to watch it. He goes, I know how it comes out. So he didn't want to watch it. And I think Becky kind of double screened it the whole time. So she wasn't.
That's a great term.
Yeah.
I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
Double screen.
Yeah. It's not mine. It's what they, So she watched it the whole time. And in fact, I heard, I didn't realize this, but there's a reason Netflix sometimes does too much exposition or, kind of dumbs things down because they figure people are watching and also looking at their phone at the same time. So sometimes they will over-explain what should be apparent through the movie because they know people are going, what just happened? And they have to kind of tell them what's going on.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we did watch Frankenstein. I think we may have talked about that. Did we talk about that?
We did.
Yeah. So that was that. We all kind of sat down and watched that.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I liked it. It was, I can't remember the book well enough to know how faithful it was. So it felt faithful to me. I've since watched a video that pointed out all the things that were wrong with it.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Well, the last time we all got together, we talked about Frankenstein. Remember, I brought it up on the screen. It starts out in the Arctic Circle.
Yes. So, like I said, and Will was saying, and he's read the book more recently than I have. He said it had enough of the feeling for him to really, enjoy it. And like I said, everything about it was well done, I thought. So that was good. I've listened to y'all's. Like I said, was listening to y'all's podcast. We're talking about
it's our podcast.
I know, but y'all's episode of the
There
podcast. But and it was right after the Disney YouTube TV thing. And what are we going to do? And are you going to cancel? Do y'all watch anything other than sports on YouTube TV? And we do. We still watch a lot of broadcast TV. In fact, it may be a factor of our age, being older than y'all, that we kind of go back to.
Couples
like
of a certain age.
Chicago Med will watch. And then Elsbeth and Matlock will watch. So we've been watching that a lot.
Anybody who watches Matlocks of a certain generation.
Yeah, no, this is the new Matlock.
I know. I know exactly.
Yeah. It's it's very much. It's like this. I mean, that's CBS too, which has always been the old people's show.
The Tiffany Network.
Yeah, the Tiffany Network. Yeah. That's right. And if you know Tiffany as something other than the singer, then you are of a certain age. But
I think we're alone now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But like I said, there are several things that we keep planning to watch, but we haven't watched yet. One of them is the dramatization of the Murdoch mystery, murders.
Okay.
So we're going to watch that, but we haven't watched that yet. We also, and the thing is, it seems like everybody drifts off and goes and watches their own thing. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and have become obsessed with this Tiny Cabin Life series. So I'll sit there and I'll watch 2 hours of this guy. He does 30-minute videos. He's a he's an Emmy award-winning producer that used to work for ABC. He's a young guy, probably mid-30s, maybe late 30s. But anyway, now he has left that. He lives in Minnesota with his wife and 2-year-old child. So he's probably, like I said, early 30s. And he's both a cabin builder. He worked in L.A. building glamping sites. Yeah. And but he's got several different cabins. He's got one that fits in a trailer, that's about, like a dog house. It's got just enough room for a bed and a wood-burning stove. He's got an A-frame trailer A-frame cabin that he's built out in some woods, and he's got a more conventional cabin that's out on a lake. And so he'll kind of alternate, but he's traveling out there in northern Minnesota in the middle of the winter, and it's just like this is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to call our friend of the show, George A. Budd, honorary guy, and say we got to go do this.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out when we can do that.
I like tiny home stuff too. I haven't gone down deep into those. So, but
the thing is, you look at it and you go, I mean, he's spending a weekend at them, and okay, so that might be something you could do. He's got another cabin that's built on a big like fishing boat kind of thing, but none of these things are particularly fancy. Then so you're looking at them, I could build this, but anyway, that's what I've been watching a lot of lately.
All right, well there's that. So
there's that thing. Yeah.
I got a couple of things I would recommend. I just finished Death by Lightning on Netflix.
Okay, I watched the first episode of that, and I need to go back to that. Nobody else wants to watch it in the family that I know of.
I think it's fabulous. So Death by Lightning is based upon the book Destiny of the Republic by Candace Millard. It talks about James Garfield, his unlikely rise to the presidency, and then spoiler alert, he gets shot 3 months in, and he lingers for like 5 weeks and dies of infection.
Yes, because the guy wouldn't wash his hands.
Well, it was several other things. I mean, it gets a little gross there, but Michael Shannon, who was Zod, is
there's just been a lot of stuff. He's a great actor.
He's great. He was James Garfield, Matthew McFadden, who was
in Wolverine and Deadpool.
Oh yeah, who was? I know him from Succession.
Okay, yeah, that's what he's most well.
That's what he's known for. He is Charles J. Guiteau.
Who nobody remembers. I love the opening scene.
yeah, and you kind of see why later.
Yeah.
Betty Gilpin is James Garfield's wife, Lucretia.
Yeah, she's great too. She's in a lot of stuff, and I think she primarily goes unrecognized because
Yeah.
she changes her appearance so much.
Yeah.
But she's I like her a lot.
Shea Wigham is he's Roscoe Conkling, who I did not know that character.
Yeah.
That he was a senator from
But
New
he
York.
is a real. He's not a.
No, these are all real.
They're all. None of them are composites, right?
Conkling was closely associated with Ulysses S. Grant, who was viewed as a pretty corrupt administration.
Okay.
And then Bradley Whitford is James Blaine.
I was going to say I've seen him in something we were talked about him. And he's in that. Yeah. So I need to go. I may pick that up this weekend.
Whoa, wow.
What are there? 4 episodes, right?
Yeah, 4 episodes.
And I've watched one, and
So
it's a
Blaine-
pretty easy watch too.
Blaine was a senator from Maine who opposed Conkling and was trying to clean up the Republican Party. And then Nick Offerman is Chester A. Arthur.
Yeah.
And
As vice president.
Well, Arthur was basically Conkling's enforcer in the port of New York, and they pull him in onto the Garfield ticket.
Yeah.
You talk about it, very, very much shades of Ross Perot.
Yes.
If nominated, I will not run. If elected, I will not serve. Garfield tried to do that. He didn't. He
did not. That's in that opening episode. Yeah.
So
he starts off giving a speech that's supposed to nominate somebody else,
John
right?
Sherman, George Sherman's brother, for the presidency because they're trying to absorb Grant from running for a third term at that point, or may have been a second term. And the Grant administration is viewed as so corrupt that
they're trying to find somebody to take his place.
So they're throwing a few folks up, and Garfield, who is he's a senator at that point. He's a representative.
Okay, yeah. He's in Congress.
Yeah, he's in Congress. Gives this stirring, rousing speech, and everybody loves him so much that he ends up picking up, as they're nominating off the convention floor, he ends up picking up delegates more as protest, but then he ends up sweeping the convention, and his wife was not happy. So,
yes.
But again, no spoilers here because you should have learned this in American history, especially those who are listening to us. You should know these stories. Fascinating miniseries.
Yeah, I'm gonna go finish that up.
I can't recommend it enough.
I tell you one thing that took me out of it though, and of course this is the Mrs. Reed and I are in the same boat here. The language, because especially the profanity was too modern. In fact, I even looked up after a particular phrase was uttered at the end of something. I said, would they have really said this?
Yeah,
and apparently they wouldn't, but they're trying to make it. And so that just kind of I'm like that. Throws me out of it. Takes me out of the thing there for a second. But
McFadden and Shannon are they should get Emmy nominations for their
it's really good. And like I said, the character that McFadden plays is such an interesting character.
He's a loon.
Yeah,
man, he's a loon.
But everybody's saying that it's something that Garfield, and I almost keep saying Andrew Garfield every time, but something that it's a wound that Garfield should have survived.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's an interesting part of it as well.
And then, so watch that. Each of those episodes are 45 minutes to an hour. So that's a pretty easy watch. Watching Pluribus, which I can't recommend enough.
Yeah, that's on Apple TV.
That's on Apple TV. Comes out every Thursday night. It's a Friday premiere, but they drop it on Thursday nights. By the time you listen to this, it should almost be done. It's been great. Billy Bob Thornton's magnum opus, Landman, premiered last week as we're recording. And that's that's like eating too many Twinkies. It really is a guilty pleasure. But Billy Bob Thornton is just, what a great show.
Okay, so Billy Bob Thornton, what's her name?
Allie Ladner, and Demi Moore.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I remember. Because to me, that was a surprise that Demi Moore's in this.
Yeah. And John Hamm was in season 1.
John Hamm was in season 1, but he's no longer.
Spoiler.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I just know he doesn't show up in the cast.
There are a variety. You've got Andy Garcia, who has come in for this season. It's a lot of fun. And it's a Taylor Sheridan production. who has left Paramount to go to, what did we say, Peacock,
NBC, Universal,
NBC, yeah.
Peacock, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
that's another thing that I was going to come up with as Geek of the Week was the selling of.
that was my geek last.
What you talked about? Okay, I missed that.
Yeah, because Netflix is looking to buy.
I figured y'all already talked about it because it's been around for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Netflix they came out yesterday as we record. They said if we bought Warner Brothers, Discovery, HBO, that
right.
whole thing, they would honor theatrical releases for movies.
Yes.
So,
And so the James Gunn would still be in place and all that stuff too they've talked about. Yeah. Okay, good deal.
which, the Duffer Brothers, who just are finishing out Stranger Things, because as you listen to this, probably the first segment of last season would have dropped. The Duffer Brothers have gone to where they've gone. Have they gone to HBO? I can't remember. They left Netflix because they wanted big picture deals, and I can't remember where they've gone. I can't remember
where they went either.
Yeah.
Okay, so by the time this airs, or
3 weeks
into
from now,
the interwebs, Stranger Things, they're going to release all 4 episodes for the first half.
They're
going to
do
season,
like 4,
right?
4, 1. I think that's what they're doing.
Okay, yeah. But they'll release
November.
that batch, right?
Yeah, 5 days from now.
Okay, so that won't go weekly. They'll come out all 4 episodes. You watch those.
Yeah.
Then you've got a month or so, whatever, before probably in 2026 is when the second round comes out, right?
I think the second round's into December.
Okay.
And then the finale is like
I think they want to go ahead and finish. Okay, okay. So I know they're wanting to go ahead and get people done, but they want to stretch it out so that you have to continue your Netflix. Of all the services, I don't know anybody getting rid of Netflix anytime soon.
Yeah. I need to probably go back and watch season 4 again to kind of refresh. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's a bunch of refresher videos out there.
Yeah. In fact, it seems like last time they even had an hour-long thing that came out beforehand that caught you up.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll do the same thing.
They're going to have to do prosthetics and hair replacements for all the kids to get them where they look like they're 18 because they're all in their 40s now.
Gosh, dog, no kidding.
So I keep hitting the desk.
Stop it.
I got to stop it. So Landman, Stranger Things, Family Plan 2 is coming out on Apple TV Plus, with Marky Mark Wahlberg. Did you guys watch Family Plan 1? Was that 2 years ago?
Has it been that long ago?
It was either last year or...
we did. Yeah, we did watch it. We enjoyed it. We thought it was good. It was Marky Mark Wahlberg. And
the Funky Family.
But who was the woman in it? Who was the mother?
Remember. I can't remember.
It's not Jennifer Aniston. She does the stuff with Adam Sandler where they do mysteries and things. But I hate that I can't remember. Anyway, that was a good show.
So that's coming out in a few weeks. So that we've got that on our holiday watch
and what's
list.
the name of that again?
Family Plan.
Family Plan,
not
Family
Dose.
Man.
Don't say Family Man.
That's Nick Cage, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm trying to watch the morning show on Apple TV Plus. Just cannot get back into it.
Yeah.
Again, there's not really any of those characters I care for.
Yeah.
And great actors. I mean, across the board, but just kind of.
Yeah.
Anything
coming up other than the ones we've mentioned? We talked about how there weren't really any movies that we were looking forward to all that much. Although Wicked, like I said, this is the joke we made. Yes, Wicked Part 2 is coming out. Wicked for Good is coming out. But as we said, there's no real movies. I may go see them in the theater, but I don't know that I'm actually looking forward to going to see them.
There's not anything in the theater on coming soon list that's like,
that's really strange to me, especially as we come into Christmas time, because this used to always be something that we'd always want to go see.
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of the reset of Hollywood. So.
And I don't think I'm sure it's very possible we're forgetting something, but I think we would have, between the three of us, been able to recall something.
I would think so, but I'm sure Mervyn will tell us. Coming soon. I'm going to say coming soon to theaters. Let's look at it again.
Now, let me ask you this, and then we've talked about this before, and I'm not talking about
Freakier Friday,
Christmas movies or whatever, and of course the myth that we have extra time over the holidays, because it seems like we do not. But are there movies that you will watch and sit down and rewatch? Because Will said it's time for us to sit down and do a rewatch of Lord of the Rings, the trilogy.
Yeah.
And that's usually a holiday. Oh, speaking of which, Will and I are also watching Dark Shadows, the original Dark Shadows. And
there is a movie we're going to go see. We all are going to go see when it comes out. We're going to make Jay go with us. Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues.
Is that out already?
It's coming out in 2025, so it has 5 weeks.
Wait, 2026.
It says 2025.
Well, then it should be out.
I think it's coming out.
Oh, it's coming out around Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get a release date on it. It released already?
I thought it was already out in theaters.
Wow. How did we miss that?
I don't think it came here. I don't think it's been around.
It went out. It released in September.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
I think it was probably limited release. I know, because it seems like, so maybe we just aren't aware as we were.
Well, that stinks. And I don't know where it's streaming.
I would bet that's going to be HBO.
Yeah, I would think it's HBO. It's not going to be on Netflix. I'm really, how did we miss this?
I don't think it came. It's like.
I hear you. I understand.
We talked about House of Dynamite. Did you watch House of Dynamite? The nuclear war thing that's on Netflix?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
It came out in theaters, limited run in theaters, I think, to make sure it had some Oscar, nomination capability.
Paramount Plus is where it's going to
Paramount Plus. Okay, good.
Showtime.
All right. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like fail safe Dr. Strangelove, where there's a nuclear missiles are launched. Nobody knows where they came from. What do we do? Do we retaliate or whatever it is? And there's 3 scenes. It was done by Catherine Bigelow, who did Hurt Locker.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix now. It's worth watching. People have it's kind of getting mixed reviews for people that watch it, but we enjoyed it. But there is there are some people that go, oh, okay.
I definitely watch it. Man, Catherine Bigelow is 73 years old?
Really? Well, I guess she and James Cameron were married, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
But James Cameron's older than we think too as well. She did
Zero Dark 30 and Hurt Locker.
Yeah.
And did who was the cinematographer on Hurt Locker? I was looking to see who was the cinematographer on Hurt Locker. Was it Shane? Hold on, I'm sorry. No, Barry Acker. No, maybe he was on Zero Dark 30. Hold on, I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay. While you're doing that, I'll talk. Also, there's a new Jurassic World or Park, whatever it is now, that Scarlett Johansson is the lead on that. That's out on, I guess, Peacock, because it's NBC Universal. And we haven't watched it yet. I'm thinking, how could there be a Jurassic Park World or whatever that I haven't watched? So we're waiting to get together and watch that.
Wasn't there just one in the? Wasn't there just
that was it? The one that was just in the theaters, and it's been on Peacock exclusively, for several weeks.
Yeah, need to look at that. Yeah, I'm just kind of.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's just like its saturation point has been reached. It probably should have taken a few years off, maybe 10, before you went back to that.
But there's just so many things to watch.
Yeah, there really are. There are too many things to watch.
Too many things to watch. Too many podcasts.
And when you only need this one.
That's right.
Right?
I mean, what else could you need?
That's right.
Yeah. So, all right. Any other viewing recommendations?
I think we're
good. Lord of the Rings, yes, would be a holiday rewatch. And also something else that comes to mind for me for a holiday rewatch would be the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, that was always one too, especially because they're Christmas adjacent.
Yeah.
Anyway, you always had that little, they were going home for the Christmas holidays.
Well, and they were always released.
They were always released on Christmas, as were, I think, Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
At least the first one was.
Yeah, Fellowship was. I may have to pull that out and watch it in the theater, in the home theater.
Yeah, that's one I thought too. We set the screen up not too long, and actually for House of Dynamite. And first time in a couple of years that I've done that, I said, man, this is not that hard to set up. I don't know why I don't do this more often.
Yeah, because you forget.
Yeah.
So House of Dynamite makes me remember, I would like to rewatch The Day After. Remember The Day After?
It had never been remade, right? You're talking about the original
I'm talking
one?
about the original. 1983 nuclear disaster
ABC,
in Kansas. Jason Robards. And it
kind of had the same, it kind of bring things full circle, had a similar effect to War of the Worlds because a lot of people tuning in thought it was because it was set up like a broadcast thing, right? I mean, it was like
no, it was a movie. It was set up as a movie.
But didn't it have pieces that looked like they were broadcast?
It may have. I just know it really kind of messed me up. That's why Generation is the way we are. Generation X is the way we are. It's because we were made to watch The Day After.
Yeah.
You remember there were study guides. I guess in 83 you would have been a senior in high school or first year of college?
No, I was a junior in college. 83. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I always have you younger than you actually are. So I was in middle school when that happened. And so that was a big piece. You were too busy partying in the Grove at that point.
But I do remember watching it. Yeah. I remember being in an event kind of thing we all looked forward to seeing. But
so,
yep.
All right. That'll do us this time around. Thanks for joining us. Happy holidays. We'll see you next time.